down. Right, so here we are. I promised Belleric. Here is Belleric. Stuart's Terzula. We know it's Terizla. We just call him Terzula. Moskov, Layla, and Gord. They have got a Hanabi, which we're seeing all the time. Adora, which is the most annoying of all the mages. Sun, or Monkey as we call him. A Franco, and a Leslie. Yeah, Leslie's probably... maybe Leslie or Adora are the least worrying of that. I am not going with Layla specifically because we had two marksmen. What's going on with Moskov? Has he got... No. Do we not have a jungler? Oh, God, I hate the draft. You just can't guarantee how good your team's going to be. But basically, Layla's asking for help. But, you know, in the draft, you know, I think she was S5. And we're like, okay, can you play jungler? And she's like, okay, sure thing. And it gets to her pick. And she's like, Layla. And we're like, what the hell are you doing? That is just ridiculous. I stand like this just to let Gord know he can get the buff. I don't know why he decides to do the least amount of damage possible, but thank you, Gord. So I'm like, no, Layla, you don't get your tank because, you know, you're super duper annoying. But I do relent because ultimately, you know, I'm being childish. I acknowledge that. Look, I'm like, I'm not going to help you. I'm going to fight the Litho. And let's see what she's actually up against. Yep. Good. Good. That's what you get, S5. That's what you get. You deserve that. So, yes, I'm being extremely petulant and, you know, so what? I'm happy with it. No, of course, don't do that if you're in your games. Don't be petty. You know, it's only because I think we played like 10 games in a row and we'd lost like 6 of them. And I'm like, oh, I'm so fed up of the draft and the players we get to play with. It's like S5, all you had to do was take jungler. That's it. That's all you had to do. You know, we had like 2.5 minutes to arrange our team and you still duplicated a marksman. Happy with the Franco hook on me. Quite happy to survive that and let my marksman pick up some damage. That's fine. Shoot me every day of the week. Yeah, it's at this point I was saying to Stuart on comms, I'm like, oh yeah, actually, you know, this could be a genuine problem. This could be bad. Good double pick up there from their team. They are 4-0 up. They're about 1,000 gold ahead of us. 2,000 gold ahead of us now, sorry. Let's see what Terzla's up to. Riveting. So, I am just going to now not be petulant and childish, and I'm actually going to play the game as it's intended to. Very poor sportsmanship on my part there. I just thought I'd explain why I was being an absolute doofus. I'm not explaining it to defend myself. I'm just trying to give you context. It was very poor performance on my part. Don't be that guy. Or girl, whatever you identify as, I suppose. But don't be that person. Going in, get the tower. If you notice, Terzla's pushed... oh, nice. Correct, Hanabi. Terzla's done a nice job of pushing lane. I saw Franco and I'm like, oh, why did you try and hook me? Have you not watched my videos? If you miss the Franco hook, that's okay. You can just walk up and push your number 3, your ulti. I was right next to you, dude. You didn't need to aim a hook at me. I'm not going anywhere. I stood right next to you. But, you know, I'm sure when he watches my videos, he'll realise. Nope. My player Franco. You always got to be moving. Great lane push from Stu. He's now rotated into mid lane and his lane pushing there with them. So really, really strong play from Stu. Yeah, I did end up taking that. My bad. But I sit there and I think, oh, if I get my taunt off here, I can give my Layla the ability to gank both of them. Walk into the bush. Walk into the bush. Shoot the man. Layla, shoot him. There we go. So, yeah, I saw the Franco hook, and I'm like, oh, I'm dead. And then I'm like, oh, actually, I've got ulti. I've got number 2, which is a run speed and a heal on next basic attack. And I've got number 1, which is a path with extra taunt aura on it. If you don't know, Belleric's ulti is an AoE taunt aura. And I'm like, actually, yeah, I can set up my marksman for 2 pretty seriously easy kills here. That's what I did. Here he comes. When I have a green shit around my hand, that basically means I have got... There's the taunt aura. You see... Oh, no, sorry, that was my number 1 for the taunt. That's my taunt aura. That was my ulti. I basically played around with Franco there and meant that he stood on the edge of our range, so I could just... Oh, not I. Our team, sorry, could just blast him. Moskov with the insane dive gets killed. Not sure what you were doing, Moskov. That was really not great map awareness. Okay, Gord. We'll get right on that. We just played against an enemy Gord who was really strong. I think it's actually the video I'll post before this one. And we're like, God, Gord is such a game changer. Because Stuart used to play main Gord, in fact. He used to be an excellent Gord player. I was completely caught out here. There's nothing I could do. Well, there was. I didn't have to go in the bush, but I was outplayed. I deserved that death. Yeah, Stuart used to be a Gord player, and he's like, oh yeah, I should pick up Gord, because we played against this really amazing Gord, and then we ended up with this Gord, and we're like, oh, this guy's not so great, but that's the two sides of that coin, isn't it? Look who it is, saving the day again. Trying to save the tower. Obviously, I think it's 8 minutes if you've got roaming boots. You cannot gain XP, and you are simply gimping your team if you hit creeps and such. But in that instance, I wanted to defend the tower. I couldn't go out there because there were 2 marksmen just ready to blast me, so I had to be a bit defensive there. I knew they were near or in the bush. You saw my green hands there. That's the run speed buff, which means my next basic attack does healing. Look how much damage Leslie's doing already. That's only going to get worse. Oh, no, stop hitting me. Oh, who got the buff? We got the buff. Cool. Ugh, Monkey is such a good character. Okay, there's the run speed, then the bang. Oh, somehow she survived that aura. I'm not sure how. Hanabe got caught by it, and that's why she started to run out of cover. Honestly, your team are just not prepared to handle duck straight into there, so they lose target of me and there. And can I escape? Yes, I can. I saw my ally was near the other bush, so I'm like, gosh, I best be careful not to run them into my ally. He gets killed anyway. Oh, no, he doesn't. Nice, Moskov. Oh, no, why didn't I intercept that? I'm sorry, Moskov. That's my bad. Hopefully I say sorry. Nope. Okay. We're just not going to talk about it. Yeah, totally my bad, Moskov. Sorry. Yeah, nice old team fight in the middle. Not sure why Terzala thinks he can casually just solo 1v4. I run in with the AoE taunt aura, and I'm like, no, attack now, because you saw him trying to escape. But that's because Hanabe was just bursting in with damage. I didn't see that. Here comes our Gord to save the day. Can you pick up a couple? Gord, basic attack. Gord, basic attack. Gord, basic attack. Gord! Oh my god, this Gord. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm pretty confident this Gord is a bot. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow. I suppose you did stick to your plan of just slowly walking down lane. I think I was typing here. Alright, let's see what else is going on. What I'd normally do in these instances is I type something and then I'm like, no, don't be that person. Come on. Everyone hates it when someone in their team says something. There's loads of extenuating circumstances. You can't. Now, that was a much better ulti because they weren't targeting Stuart to begin with. So we pick up a solid 2. Oh, come on then. I know Adora's out of abilities. I get my knock on, and then Monkey comes in and I am dead. That's called the kill crazies. If you're interested, it's called the kill crazies. It's where you see a move and you do it to the detriment of your own life. Oh, come on, Gord. How did he not die? Moskov's starting to do some serious damage. I kind of want to get good with Moskov. What puts me off is his really short range. I don't know if I would be able to cope with that. Oh, yeah, nice. The stun. Really good stuff. Obviously, he's not going to win a 2v1 against Franco and Leslie, but, you know, he's a really intriguing, interesting character. Look out for Moskov on the channel later. I mean, I've not done it yet, but I can imagine me doing it. No, that's the taunt to protect my Gord. Gord with a decent beam, because I've taunted them again. Picks up a solid 2. And I've just taken a honk load of damage from Adora, so I have to basically back off. I also hit Leslie with a taunt aura, forcing her to basic attack me, which is, you know, her basic attacks hit pretty hard. Tersla, what you doing? Tersla, you're immobilized. Tersla, you monkeyed. Tersla, you dead. Yep. Never a good idea to stay in lane like that. I mean, I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to push and get the tower and then retreat. I've done it 100 times. I've also been caught out 100 times. Not sure why I took that. That was very foolish. I go around to the other side. And then I realise Monkey's just running me in circles. And he's just going to drop his clones and I'll never catch him. However, Moskov will. There's the ult to force him to come back, but that ends after like a second and a bit, and he just blasts out of there. It would have been great to ult in that crowd, but I am unfortunately dead. So they have got only about 600 gold advantage now, but like a 6 kill advantage. We're equal on towers now, so this one felt like it was kind of going against us. The march inevitably is them marching down over us. Oh, God. That God. Sadness. It felt like very much they were in ascendancy. And that, yeah, I think you'll see that from the gameplay footage. Boo! Moskov spear. Yeah, that's another reason why I don't like Moskov, is his ulti's really kind of shit. Like, it's like Alduus. Great character, don't like his ulti. Really one-trick pony stuff. I'm not a big fan. Moskov, yeah, it's kind of rubbish. I don't like it. Like, I don't know why I don't like it. I just don't. It doesn't really fill me with a lot of value and interest. Anyway, here we are. Leslie's coming for me, but I ducked in the bush, so she couldn't get any follow-up abilities. I waited for a second, activated my number 2 for the run speed, dropped my ulti, so they're all hitting me. There goes their tank. And their whole team. Unfortunately, I just stole the maniac there from Moskov. I didn't intend to. I'd already killed the guy before I knew he'd even got a triple kill. Very brutal. I'm very sorry, Moskov. I'm saying that a lot this game. Yep, under tower. Let's get some smashing done. Am I going to escape? Just barely. Not good. Gents, I cannot help you. But we get the tower, and I'm saying to them, yeah, I'm probably going to go, because I'm at extremely low health. Here's our boy Tersla, where he's like, yo, I'm running into this lane, yo. Gonna run slowly down the lane, yo. Bonk. 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 Oh, good damage. What's our Moskov doing? Oh, don't run in a straight line from Franco, you absolute clown. Good God. You're not going to out-damage Monkey. Oh, I'm in. Oops. But I'm way outnumbered. They've got loads of damage, and it's just me. Because Gord... I hate you, Gord. Yeah, at this point we thought, oh no, we're dead. Where's our Layla? Where's all our damage? Oh, she's just shooting stuff. Good job, Layla. I'm surprised Stuart hasn't hit her with a gather. Yeah, that's why we died, basically. We didn't have any damage in that fight. Nice one. Nice one. You know you can just run through that little gap, right? Sigh. Yep, okay. There we go. We are back. We know they're taking Lord. Everyone's slightly ahead of me, and I'm like, oh, should I use my my run speed buff? And I'm like, no, because it's also damage. Sorry, it's also a heal. It's the only heal I can get. I'm not sure how Stuart ran into that Higuain there. That was insane. Natalia, Hanabi ulti. I'm trying to run them off to allow us to get Lord. Nice, good taunt and follow up there. I see he is behind us, but I activate my abilities. I'll take his suppress, hit him with the number 2, hit him with the number 1. I'm like, where is everyone? Why you no kill? Why you no kill? And I am, in fact, myself killed, and so is Stuart. But don't worry, Gord's here eventually. Yeah, but it's really easy in games like this where you're like, why you no kill? But actually, I was out of position, and the reason they didn't kill is because, you know, that would have been just as fast, Gord, if you just run just to the left. You didn't need to get that dash thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm sitting here saying, like, where's my team? Why weren't they supporting me? But actually, I was overextended, and I took a bad engagement against their tank. So, very, very easy to blame others, but you should show some awareness and be like, oh, actually, you know, maybe I'm to blame here. And in that instance, I was to blame. Enemy Lord's coming top, so I'm going to give him a little bit of a taunt, give him a little bit of a pokey. Saw Leslie come in, I went to rush her off. Here comes our Gord. I was ready to defend him, except for that is an amazing ulti. Oh, maybe if I'd have been a second earlier. But that was a really poor engagement from Gord. He basically placed himself to be killed, and we are basically dead. Moskov is doing what he can, but the Lord is basically attacking base. Where's Layla? Just goofing around. Yeah, she's just having a little goof. Oh, Layla, you silly duck. What are you doing goofing around? What are you up to? Oh, you can't guarantee that your teammates are not, like, infuriatingly bad. Great hook. Why she stood there and let Franco hook her, I will never know. So it looks like, unfortunately, this is going to be a loss. Or will it? Taunt Aura, kill some fools. You don't know it, but I'm killing some fools. We just managed to save the base. I say just, it's only like lost like 20%. But if we hadn't arrived, that was all over. All sorts of over. Yeah, well, that should have been game. That should have been game. They really should have won that. They've got like an 8 kill advantage. We're at 50k gold, so I think we've got all our builds now. Yeah, we've all got our builds. Well, have I got 9k gold extra? Yeah, okay. Of course we do, because it's about 40 odd k for the build. Yeah, so everyone's built. Everyone's 15. That was unlucky to them that they didn't win that, because they could have. I'm stayed in the bush here to provide visibility. Something but a recent Batowski vid was saying about his, like, I think the vid's called something like scary damage. Threw out my taunt aura so they couldn't steal Lord. It's another thing you don't want to be doing as a tank is constantly putting yourself on the map. You kind of want to conceal a little bit where you are. So that's why I was stood in this bush like 10 seconds ago, just so I could see them coming and immediately respond to them, give visibility to my team. My damage isn't great anyway, so there's no point me hitting the Lord. I was going to go clean up bottom lane, but I'm like, no, you're the roamer, you're the tank, get back into the fight, support your team. We're at the stage of the game now where our death timers are like 40 odd seconds, so you don't want to be in a position where you are dead, because that will be game. It's basically the next person to lose a team fight loses the game. Good work from Gord. He's remembered what his attack buttons do. Well done, Gord. And we are absolutely honking all over these. There's a couple of stuns there. A couple of taunts there to keep the Franco under control. And then we hit base. I honestly, I don't know how they didn't win. They really could have. Brutal from their perspective, because they were absolutely all over us. But this game, when it gets past about 16, 17 minutes and the death time, I think it's 18 minutes till the death timers go up dramatically. I can't remember off the top of my head. But there is a point in the game where the death timers go up dramatically, and then it's the next person to essentially lose a full team fight, loses the game. and they just happened to lose the next team fight, and we just won. I cannot believe our Gord was MVP, but congratulations. Well done, Gord. 11-4-11. That's really good. Really, really good. I'll forgive the fact that you don't seem to know what the basic attack button is. Yeah, Moskov, pretty solid performance. Layla, pretty solid performance. I know she was out of lane for was in lane out of team fights for a while, but, you know, not bad. And Stuart with a 7, which is what we consider a good score, he and I, and me with a 7.8. So congratulations to my team. What's really encouraging, and like, I know the frustrations of queuing in ranked is, you know, you can't guarantee what your team's going to do, or if you take a role and your team member takes a different role that might not be what they're best at. So it's really best to avoid, you know, taking your frustrations out on your team. It's sometimes, very rarely, it's not their fault. You know, people have got circumstances. It may be that they're forced into a pick they didn't want, or their character got banned, or someone else is already playing a mage, and, you know, you've got to cut a bit of slack for your team, and just don't give up on the game. You know, Stuart and I played reasonably well. Our Gord played really well. The others played well enough. You know, if you've got a team where they're performing 7s and above, you know, a 5's still pretty good. And their son, obviously really good. Adora, very good. Commiserations to that team. A 6 as a bronze is really unlucky, especially as you look at Hanabe, who's also got a 6 and is a silver. Something sus here. But yeah, commiserations to our opponents. Honestly, I thought you'd won it, but we just happened to win the next team fight and just steamroller it. So, yeah, my life lessons, Alex's life lessons is don't be petty. You know, I was at the start. I should have helped Layla from the start. I don't know why I was being petty. Sometimes, you know, after 6 straight losses, you're just like, you know, if you can't beat them, join them. But that's not the attitude. You know, be the change you want to see and do the right thing. Just stop being petty. It's a game, realistically. If it's really getting to you that much, then it's time to take a short break, go outside, do something, meet some friends, whatever. And the other life lesson is kind of just don't give up, because although we were getting honked in the second half of that match, we managed to like just avoid defeat and then snatch victory from the jaws of defeat there. So, you know, you can do it too, and other such stuff. Yeah, I think that's about all I've got to say. I love playing Belleric. Belleric's a really good tank. Really, really enjoy playing him. With absolutely tanky AF, and you know, he can. His damage reflection's really good, and he gets 2 taunts, which is just crazy. Like, taunt is absolutely the hidden gem mechanic of this game, because, you know, a lot of people don't understand its usage, and they don't understand how to counter it and stuff. And you will catch out sometimes whole teams worth of people with a good taunt aura. So that's why I like playing Belleric. Yeah, that's it. Congratulations to everyone. That was a really fun game. My opponents, I can't believe you didn't win that. You were robbed, to be honest, but that's how it goes some days. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you very much, everyone. Oh, here's the data before I go. Look at that. Team 5, 60%. Woo!